for the Dallas Mavericks. We're ready to go. Game 5 is underway from the arena. Second of our doubleheader of playoff basketball on TNT. Mavericks with the first possession here, decked out in the blue uniforms. This is technically a Clipper home game, and how about a hit right out? You wonder where points, where success will come from with Porzingis out. So a lot of Tim Hardaway Jr. in Game 4 had 21 points. Mavericks have shown they have some balance. That's a good
come out and try to get his looks early, and the main reason is because his coach is a great coach, an ex-player, and he understands you got to get guys into rhythm. You got to believe in them.
Dorian Finney-Smith hits his first. Doncic on Morris. That's been a matchup we've watched all series long.
Good D.
Finney-Smith rips down the board. They have alternated wins in this series. Doncic with the runner, scores in the lane.
I mean, to me, he just embodies all the principles that you like in basketball and that you like from the toughness from a basketball point of view.
Down in the corner, Hardaway with Kawhi on him. Now he shoots over Kawhi Leonard and hits a tough. Tim Hardaway Jr. with 2 made threes to get his night started. Dallas has already got 3 on the board.
He and Trey Burke have done such a great job. Now, look for Dallas tonight to gamble a little bit, and they did on that last play with the double team.
And now Doncic will get it organized. Dallas up 11-7 as we just get underway here in the nightcap. Doncic all the way in, throws it down into second, still scores the basket.
Yeah, how about that screen by his big man? I mean, that's what you want, guys, getting you to the lane, giving you a little bit of extra room, and Cleveland that time doing a good job.
George gets a friendly bounce. He scored 7 points in the first quarter and then only made 1 basket the rest of the game. He's off to another good start here tonight. Clippers know they need a lot more of Paul George. Finney-Smith kicks it. Here's Kleba. He keeps firing and finally gets one to go.
Luka looks at him and screams at him and tells him, you keep shooting the ball, and that's what a leader does. Those are the intangibles that you don't see at home. Keep encouraging your guys because he's going to play the right way, and he's going to have to spread that ball around.
It's a good look from Finney-Smith. Here's Kawhi Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard gets his that 10 to 14-foot range. Nice play, Shamet. Deflected the pass right into the hands of Kawhi Leonard. Doncic with a turnover. That's Hardaway on Kawhi Leonard. They clear it out. He backs his way in. The turnaround is true.
Oh, man, was
the Mavericks. What a story he is. He's been competing in these playoffs. Here's George. Can't get the bounce. Keeps it alive. Another chance here for the Clippers. Paul George active early on the drive. Trying to clear some space, and George scores at the basket.
Post game.
Yeah, there's a famous quote by Martin Luther King, and I'll just paraphrase it. That it's not the words of your enemies that hurt you, but the silence of your friends. And I think that's the frustration that has not become a distraction from voting, from being participating in your community, and from making sure you put a focus on the killing of unarmed black men and women in America.
He's 29 years of age, and he's fighting right now. Hopefully he does pull through this. We need change, and we need to examine why we're here and own it and fix it. Screaming at the officials for an and one. So Luka, he's starting to drift into technical foul territory here shortly. Landry Shamet with a 3.
It's kind of like what Coach Popovich said, and you have to show this, but it's appropriate fear. That right there, that cheering, that getting each other going, that's saying we got a team.
Disney World, and these games just rolling on as we play Game 5 tonight in this best-of-7 series. Doncic trying to turn the corner, does so off the glass, easy for him. 24-2 at one point. Here's George. Morris keeps it alive. Kawhi runs it down. Shot clock is off. Leonard goes quickly. It scores the layup.
Trying to get him some confidence in there as well.
DeLon Wright off the Mavericks bench with Memphis last year. And Wright patient gets the scoop and count the basket.
Do that by getting in the defensive lanes, getting a couple turnovers early.
If you're just joining us once again, as George on the take, takes on Boban and scores the layup. Trick Beverly for the Los Angeles Clippers. He continues to sit with a calf injury. There's a block by Harrell. Clippers have tightened up defensively. Harrell goes to the hole, gets a friendly roll. Clippers committing their 14th foul already. There's an offensive board on the miss. Kleba got it. Here's Curry now, and the runner is good.
But he never settles. He's a bucket getter. He's a hooper. He's not just a specialist.
Williams drives, scores, and is fouled by Mariano. Clippers by 19 in the ball. Williams probing and bumped by his own man, forced a turnover.
Yeah, Zubac is saying, wait a minute, Curry pushed me in the back.
Curry, another runner, and that rattles home. You know, Chris, to 18 points, and you say, okay, well, he probably made 5 threes.
Right.
He didn't make a single three in that game.
Wow.
Only attempted one. Scoring inside, just like that. Mavericks need him. Here's George. Little set shot is good. Clippers fans breathing easier right now. George is off to a great start. Curry will pull a three, and Zubac's the board.
Good to see Reggie Jackson back here.
See what he has. He's going to fire up a three-pointer and squares it.
Well, B.A. C. Webb was talking earlier about the confidence that Kawhi has shown in Paul George that eventually the shot would go down. Prior to tonight's game, Doc Rivers showed that same confidence, saying that he's told Paul George, just keep shooting, keep being him. George has been getting, and he told a pretty funny story about how back in his day, and C. Webb, you can probably relate to this too, you only had one house phone that people can call you on. Now you've got cell phones, you've got social media, all these people that can come at you with all this advice. Coach Doc Rivers said, I hope Paul George is listening to none of them.
Minutes left in game 4, forcing overtime and that dramatic victory. So the Mavs are hoping maybe history does repeat itself, but the Clippers look terrific so far tonight. Both ends of the floor. Doncic back on the floor, was getting some regular treatment, some heat on that ankle, and Trey Burke delivers a mid-range jump shot.
You know what, Trey Burke to me has just been inspiring in these playoffs. When I watch him play, I watch him playing like he's trying to another shot by Paul George.
Without Kristaps Porzingis tonight, second consecutive game, Doncic turns it over, looking for a foul. Might give the Clippers a block there. Jackson, nifty dribbling, dishes one to Shamet, who hits a three.
Doncic, as good as he is, Antetokounmpo, as good as he is, they both still can improve.
Yeah.
That is just, man.
Antetokounmpo named the Defensive Player of the Year today. Congratulations to Giannis. His speech was so great as Jackson lines another one up. What a performance here in game 5. The number 2 seed, second best record behind the Lakers, and many expecting a Lakers-Clippers Western Conference Finals as Hardaway hits a three.
Paul George and Kawhi playing all game, so you want to make sure you close it early. You want to make sure guys like Montrezl Harrell and others on the bench get their rhythm going, so you want them to have an extended period of playing time. Kawhi, other parts of his game.
Think about this. Paul George teams have been eliminated in the first round in each of the last 4 seasons. Oklahoma City the last 2 years, famously with that Damian Lillard 37-foot dagger last year in Portland, and then Indiana the 2 years before that. George on the lob. They set up the first play for him, and Kawhi. Here's Doncic now working on Zubac. Quick release. No. George with a rebound. Clippers trying to push it down the corner. That is Shamet for 3. Corners are so much more open with Shamet and Marcus Morris. With the addition of Morris to this Clipper team. Shamet now with 11 points. Here's Hardaway, answers with a 3 of his own. Paul George stacking up big numbers. And he fires up over Hardaway, can't get it to go. It's Finney-Smith with a rebound. Here comes Doncic and the Mavericks. And Doncic gets it in deep, scores on Morris. Doncic pulled the trick on Sunday. That had been the only walk-off in a playoff game for the Mavericks as Marcus Morris technical fouls and was ejected. That was game 1 of this series, a Clipper win. That was a big turning point in game 1. Dallas did answer in game 2. There's Zubac. Nice feed. This one, Clippers keeping the Mavericks at arm's length. They've come out of the gates in fine fashion tonight with a response here in Game 5. It's a big start early. Had a 19-0 run in that first half. Here's Hardaway with Kawhi Leonard on him. Bouncy is Hardaway, and the jump shot. Tim Hardaway had a nice playoff run here for the Mavericks in this series. Had 21 points in 35 minutes in Game 4. There's an answer by the long rebound. It is impressive that Doncic. We were talking to Rick Carlisle today. He said, you know, there's a lot of guys that might not have played on that ankle, but he can affect the game in so many different ways. You can tell he's not 100% here tonight. Not even close to that. Nice take to the basket. Michael Kidd getting some extra run here in Game 5. Then all Clippers in this one. Lou Williams, man, just on the board. 36 points, which matches a playoff high for him in Game 4. And he did that in just 34 minutes. Bullet pass. Right, the catch and the finish. Nice.
Dallas 11 turnovers tonight, and they've given their opponents 22 points.
Here goes Jackson, and high off the window.
And again, if you're Paul George, your shooting woes has not been because of the defense of Dallas. Dallas hasn't put any resistance up on Paul George. He's missed wide open shots, 0 for 9 on shots in the games that they've lost, games 2 and 4. 0 for 9. 3 of those guys, I'll tell you that.
113-89. Clippers at 1 point had a 33-point lead. Just underway in this fourth quarter. And Trey Burke, man, as he found team and his game here in the bubble. His second playoff series. Hadn't scored a point in the playoffs until this year. George fouled by Boban. A unifying shout out. Just do better.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
Here's Montrezl Harrell for 3. He's got it. With his time on the bench, is cheerleading as loud as anybody. When he's on the floor, they return the favor for him. Love seeing that. Just as a tight-knit group. George leaves it. Montrezl Harrell. And now they're... But the Clippers with a major response here in Game 5 as Burke comes up empty. For more details. Paul George, 13th career 30-point. Oh, you adds 3 more to it. 33 for PG-13. Now you say it's time.
Yeah, it's definitely.
For Paul George, very satisfied. Game 5 for George tonight. Harrell goes to the cup in regulation, so they got a chance to set a playoff scoring record tonight in their franchise history. Josh Reeves on the floor for the Mavericks. It's DeLon Wright who takes it to Justin Jackson as well. Shanna turns it over. Jackson running it up ahead, right, and the two-handed jam. Attention to him. Oh no, you're not coming out, Montrez. Wow, man, I'm telling you what, Antonius Cleveland has some serious hops. And he's going back again. And he'll score this time. Two-way player with the Mavericks, earning his way onto this playoff roster and getting a chance to play. And you know, his friends and family enjoying all this. Every minute is valuable in the NBA, especially when it comes in the playoffs. As Patrick Patterson lays it. 30-point Clipper lead. All right, give us some thoughts here on the Mavericks. Back to the drawing board. Their coach, Rick Carlisle, ejected. He had coached at 125 career playoff games. First time he's ever been ejected. It was a frustrating night for Dallas, and it started in the first half. Advance against this very talented Clipper team that looks like it's starting to find some footing. Your thoughts?
If I'm Dallas, I'm always going to believe because we have a championship coaching pedigree. We have a great young player.
Approaching the final 3 minutes. Not afraid. Antonius Cleveland denied that time. Patterson. Hey, he's got another one. threes here tonight for the Clippers. Their 20th made three in this game. 20 for 31. 65% success rate from. These were the top 2 scoring offenses in the league as far as offensive rating goes. Mavericks set an NBA record with an offensive rating of 116.7 this year. Harrell scores again. Well, Mavericks.
Wants to dribble handoff as he sets the screen as well. But Patterson,
he's feeling it, man. Wow. Inside the NBA, presented by Kia. Coming up next, DJ, Kenny, Charles, and Shaq. That was the 2003 Sacramento Kings that put up 141 against the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, I think that's the year I actually hurt my knee in Dallas. And so, game, but boy, we used to have fun. Hitting them in the head, yeah. Hit me on the Instagram, fans. We used to hit y'all in the head with the great Dirk Nowitzki.
Three-pointer is in the act tonight. 22nd made three. Under a minute to go. All Clippers tonight. And they will take a 3-2 advantage. They will locker room.
Man, I wish I could hear the conversation between him and Lewis. They're laughing with each other.
Clippers shoot 63.1% from the field tonight. That's a playoff record as well.